Hello, how are y'all doing? It's such a pleasure to greet you. I'm sending you a big hug, as always, from soul to soul. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, my beloved, luminous, successful, and loving family. An interesting week as we start the month of December. Wow. The year is ending. It's time for some deep, serious soul searching, some introspection. And it's going to come very easily to all of us this month because of the planetary movements, as we'll all have our sensitivities heightened. And not necessarily because it's the month of December, but because of the planetary movements. We're already going to have, we're going to be left with 2 retrograde planets until next year, which are Uranus and Jupiter. Neptune will be direct on December 6th. That is this week. This week, on the 4th, we have the last supermoon, the last full moon of the year 2023. It's in the sign of Gemini, and it's at 5:14 p.m. So we're starting the whole week from the 1st to the 3rd. We have a waxing moon. The supermoon full moon that will be in Gemini will also help us a lot because the next day, on the 5th, the post-shadow of Mercury retrograde passes, or the Mercury retrograde storm, whatever you want to call it. I call it the post-shadow. This means that none of Mercury's retrograde energy is left. It's now a very good time for you to calmly, after careful analysis and thought, take care of everything that was left unfinished regarding communication, signings, contracts, agreements, deals, purchases, sales, and negotiations. Many things that were blocked during Mercury retrograde. It's very interesting because often Mercury retrograde holds things up for us because they're going to get better later on. Maybe that house you were going to buy, they told you no at the last minute and, well, you found a new one. Or that vehicle you were going to buy, you found a better one. Or, that deal you were going to make, it turns out you made a better one now that Mercury is totally free, now that it's out of its post-shadow on December 5th. Also this week, the energy of the full moon supermoon in Gemini will help us a great deal to speak, to express, to communicate, but to communicate from the soul. That's why I'm telling you, it's going to be a very sensitive month. We're going to remember our journey a lot. And that's a good thing, It helps all of us. It's very good to do a retrospective of everything you've experienced, of who you are, what you want, where you're going, what your life's purpose is. Don't worry if over the course of the year you close many chapters and close chapters with people. That was completely natural. Our beautiful and precious retrograde planets did that, both Saturn and Neptune, as well as Uranus and Pluto, of course. Or since Pluto entered Aquarius last year in November of 2024. This year has been about settling in, about centering ourselves, finding our place, realizing things, taking off our masks, and being ourselves. Many of us who have always been true to ourselves, it's not that we've multiplied, but we feel like we're now people with many years and a lot of experience, and we tell others, I told you so. By trying to please others, you end up failing yourselves. By wanting to belong to different circles, you get anxious, you get desperate, and you end up failing yourself. This week is very interesting. You're going to work a lot on yourself. It's also a very, very good week because it's going to help us pay close attention to what we have. We have the Sun, Mars, and Venus in Sagittarius. That was from November 30th until December 5th. Sun, Mars, and Venus in Sagittarius. The little girls and boys who were born or will be born on those days until December 5th. Wow. Also, get this, they're going to have a, full moon. Imagine the creature born on December 4th. Wow. A super full moon in Gemini. There you go. Sun, Mars, and Venus in Sagittarius. A beautiful, gorgeous creature. Full of super gifts. Not gifts, super gifts. Very good. They are children who come with a high level of intuition, perception, and spirituality. All week, all of us are going to be perceptive and intuitive. It's like you feel something is happening, like you can smell that something's going on. It's time for action. Yes, everyone, it's time for action. It's time to say what we carry in our souls. That's what I'd most like to share with you. Since it's a week and, well, almost the whole month, but this week is very interesting because it's a week with a lot of sensitivity. It's going to be very easy for us to talk because what I just told you about the Sun, Mars, and Mercury, Venus and Mars and the Sun in Sagittarius will help us. It'll help us to not hold back from saying what's in our souls, what we're feeling. And I think that's something we're missing a lot. We're missing it because we take for granted that our loved ones know we love them. As if we knew how much time we have left, right? We have to talk, we have to hug, we have to kiss, we have to say it. Be yourselves. I know it's very complicated to live without masks. Yes, people point at you and say you have a bad temper and that you're always whatever. Whatever. That's not true. It's not a bad temper. When things are said to your face with politeness, with propriety, well, that's a truth. I prefer people who are straightforward and tell you, well, I don't like you. Oh, that's great. I don't like you either, but in a good way. Because besides, we don't have to like everyone. It often happens that someone tells you, I love you, and you say, I love you too. You just smile, but it's like, I don't even know you. You know what I mean? Spiritual love is very different. When I tell you all, I love you all, and I want to see you thrive, I've been saying this forever. I've always said it. It started one day on a radio show, and I'm sharing it with you. Because without needing to know each of you physically, I know many of you from what you write to me on social media, what you write on the YouTube channel. But when there is a particularly high level of spiritual energy present, our souls are able to connect with one another in a truly profound way. And your souls, as well as my own soul, are deeply connected together on exactly the same frequency, resonating in perfect harmony. That's why I love you all and I want to see you thrive. And this week, some very magical things are going to happen. You're going to realize the great value you have, the great human being you are, that you've come a long way and perhaps made a great effort, and that many times you've gotten up against your will, that you've drowned inside yourself, your tears, and you put on a smile, and people don't even know what you're going through. This is a week for you to applaud yourself, to recognize yourself, to realize who you are and how valuable you are. Yes, you made many decisions over the course of the year, some favorable, others maybe not so favorable, but you removed what you had to remove from your life. That's what the planets helped us with this year. They pushed us to be ourselves, and that is the key to achieving success, abundance, and prosperity. Be very proud of the entire path you've taken. This is a week to recognize ourselves, to applaud ourselves, to tell ourselves, good job, you've done well. Without further ado, I'll move on to the astrological recommendations. My dear Aries, it's time to speak, express, and communicate any kind of need. This full moon in the sign of Gemini on the upcoming 4th, exactly, on the 4th, will help you speak, express, and communicate. Look, you're an Aries. Aries gets along very well with Gemini. It makes for a very, very positive pairing. It's a very interesting week for you. I'm not going to give you a specific day. The whole week from the 1st to the 7th are very important days, especially for romantic, sentimental, and family reunions. You're going to heal many of your wounds, and a lot of rough edges will be smoothed over. You have a great opportunity coming in your professional environment, a really great one. Don't let impulse or emotion get the best of you, because it does. You know how you get carried away by emotion and think it's great? No. You should act like, oh, look, yes, I'll analyze it, I'll observe it, I'll check it out, even if inside you're jumping for joy, because it will be very beneficial for you once you negotiate well, sign your name, and reach very good agreements. Also, if you have to fix something or do something, or you're looking for a loan of any kind, small, medium, or large, it's a very good week to do it. For Taurus, pay close attention to your intuition and your perception. They will be like magic wands that will make you realize truths you had never realized before. Please pay attention to your sixth sense. The sixth sense, call it intuition. Some of us have a bit more of a sixth sense. This week, you're going to be a little more elevated in that intuition, and you'll detect lies, deceptions, things that make you say, I don't understand. It seems a bit nebulous. Because remember that on December 10th, Neptune will be direct. Of course, we'll have the post-shadow, but for now, you might still see things as a bit nebulous. The moon, the supermoon will help you a lot. And also, what was I going to tell you? Oh, right. Your planet, Venus, is giving you magic. That magic you've been looking for a long time to resolve a difference with someone very close to you, which is in your best interest, because these are not just family matters, but matters, that have to do with finances, with money, with paperwork, with signatures, with something. This week, something that was broken will be joined together again. It's as if you were knitting and you dropped a stitch, and you find the other thread again and you hook it, and your knitting is perfect. That's exactly how it's going to be. If you're going to sign something important this week, go for it, my dear Taurus. Everything is in your favor. Geminis are in a spectacular cycle. There you go, the super full moon in your sign. Oh, wow, no one's going to stop you. The energy will last for many days, not just this week. I mean, that energy stays for about 2-3 weeks. And it's not just the supermoon that's in your sign. There are many, the sun in Sagittarius is, well, now we are. Gemini is here, Sagittarius is here. With the sun in Sagittarius, well, that makes a perfect pairing with you. Whatever you want to do this week, do it. Anything at all. Purchases, sales, negotiations, love, romance, passion, planning trips, taking trips, doing new different things, whatever you feel like. Everything is very well aspected. Just one thing, I ask you, since you have a great ability to communicate with everyone? Oh, everyone is so nice. No, not everyone is so nice, my love. Pay close attention to your instincts. Don't tell your life story to people you shouldn't. It's important to share a little. That's all. Just calmly. Share just what's right and correct. Nothing more. Only what's necessary. For Cancer, justice is in the cards for you. When I say justice is in the cards for you, it means the planets are aligning 100% in your favor. Right now, very interesting things are happening in your life. We're about to close out the year. Throughout the entire year, you have been thoughtfully reflecting on and considering what you can do to achieve a better and more harmonious balance in your personal life, your family life, your social life, and your work life. You have spent time thinking about how to improve the way you manage and prioritize these important areas so that you can feel more fulfilled and satisfied in each aspect of your daily routine. And you're slowly achieving it. But this week, something comes into your life that will give you that total peace you've been needing. A freedom of action, the knowledge that you can do many more things than you've done to this day. Because you have more than enough ability, what you lack is time. But when you start giving more time to yourself, to your being, to your inner self, to your center, things start to improve. Because that's what's happening right now. Jupiter in your sign, which is Jupiter in Cancer, and the supermoon are doing something magical for you because the moon, well, it's your luminary, my love. It's not a planet, it's a luminary, but it's yours. It rules you, it protects you. This supermoon will give you the opportunity from the 4th and for the next 10 to 12 days to resolve any situation that wasn't happening, that wasn't working, that wasn't moving forward for your well-being and that of your loved ones. For Leos, a very good week for you, my dear Leo. Nothing and no one is going to throw you off your center. You're going to be relaxed, calm, and serene with a lot of intuition and perception, which is key for business, for purchases, sales, negotiations, for knowing who you are and asking for what is rightfully yours. That's how it should be, my dear Leo. Forget about your worries and what others might say. They say in life we've already got the no, so go for the yes. So what? It's time to say, this is what I deserve. And you, with yourself, if you're a person who works independently, you need to pay yourself too. I mean, that's very important. Part of business and of a healthy financial situation is paying ourselves. Because we pay for 1,001 things, but what about ourselves? What did I treat myself to? What's going on? That's important. Also this week, you'll be in a meeting, event, or gathering that'll be very worthwhile because you'll receive, I'm not talking about money, you'll receive applause, rewards, recognition, and praise. And that will reaffirm you a lot, so you can put your cards on the table, which you'll do especially if you want on whatever day you want. I suggest it's when the full moon supermoon is in the sign of Gemini, which is at 5:14 in the afternoon or the next day. During that day, we're already totally feeling the energy of the supermoon, and it will help you tremendously so that your negotiation will be favorable, not just for you, but for everyone involved. For Virgos, the doors are opening wide for you. In what areas? In several. In the way you think, feel, and act, in work-related matters, and you're going to learn something new, or you're going to perfect something you're doing right now. The doors are also opening with opportunities to do new and different things. You know, you're very orderly, methodical, and so on. Okay, perfect. And a lot of times, being moved from your center like that isn't something you like. I mean, being taken out of your comfort zone isn't something you enjoy. But I'll tell you something, listen to the new proposals. Listen to what's coming, because it's going to present itself all on its own. Opportunities that are very worthwhile. When I say the doors will open wide, it's because new things are coming. And that means advancing in what you're doing right now or doing something new that will give you great results. In your image, in your career path, we could call it, in who you are, and of course, in your financial life. For Libras, my dear Libra, let's play a little game. How's that sound? Today, tomorrow, every day, from now until the 7th, every single day, you're going to get up, you're going to stay cozy in your bed, and you're going to tell yourself, thank you for this new day. Today is the best day of my life. Thank you for this new day. This is the best day of my life. And after the 7th day, you'll be doing it every day. What I want you to do, because you have a very magical week, is to reaffirm yourself. You're going to stop, sit down, and with a mirror in front of you, you're going to speak to yourself with such love. Like you would speak to someone you love with madness, passion, and abandon, just like that. What would you say? Everything you would say. Let me explain. The sun in Sagittarius, the full moon, supermoon in Gemini, Mars in Sagittarius, your planet in Sagittarius. The odds are all in your favor, Libra. Take the mask off your eyes, uncover your ears, remove the blocks from your mind and heart. It's time to win. The whole week is a 5-star week. Look at what you are and what you have, and stop talking about what you don't have. You deserve absolutely everything. That's why I want you to say that. When you wake up, thanking God for a new day, a new opportunity, and because today is the best day of my life. There are many aspects. Changes in your way of thinking, feeling, acting, they're very, very, very clear. Financially, things are wonderful, but you have to believe it. You have to make peace with money, with abundance and financial prosperity. It's about making peace. Yes, it's wonderful. Of course it is. You're going to start making many, many changes in your friendships. You're the social one, but that doesn't mean everyone around you is your friend. Oh, my dear Libra, pay attention. And the moon, the super full moon in Gemini, will help you a lot with that. That's when you'll really realize who you do want, yes, who you want to stay with you, and who, well, you can wish them well, right? Just as it should be. A week of great triumph. The whole week. Take advantage of it, my dear Libra. Scorpio, time to harvest. Rebirths, changes, new things, opportunities, and great transformations. Nothing and no one can stop you. It's time to take that step you've been putting off. I know you analyzed it over the course of the year and decided intuitively, because that's very you, Scorpio. You intuitively decided that this would be the week for your determination and decision. Exactly. This is a perfect week for decisions, determinations, signing contracts, agreements, and negotiations, personal, social, professional, and especially romantic. Your good soul, Scorpio, your good soul, well, you're going to pamper it. You're going to heal many things. This is a very special week because you're going to heal situations. You know you have a tremendous memory, a photographic memory. And in that memory, you hold on to many things that hurt you. It'll stay in your memory, but it won't hurt you anymore. That's the work you're doing. And this week, it's like a balm will arrive to caress your soul, to free you from those kinds of attachments that you shouldn't have, because you have great opportunities in front of you. Don't waste time, breath, energy, and neurons on things that are of no importance. Free yourself from attachments. As always, be what you want to be and run after your dreams. I don't think I even have to tell you that. I'm just reaffirming it because that's you, Scorpio. You have everything to win. It's time to move forward. Sagittarius. Oh, well, you're going wild. Sun in Sagittarius, Venus in Sagittarius, Mars in Sagittarius, the moon, the super new moon in Gemini. Wow. We have a look but don't touch kind of week. Go on, win in every sense. But Sagittarius, analyze, observe, and check every step you take. The words you're going to use. I know it's very complicated for us to be told what words to use. Well, the ones that come to me, the ones that come out, the ones I want. Well, I'm referring to this because this week, your word, since the word is power, yes, the word is power. And you'll be able to win so much more if you can just move a little from your center. Remember to breathe. Inhale, exhale. No, don't move from your center. It's a week of triumph, just so you know. Everything you've planned, and I'm not just talking about this year, but for many years ago. Because you know very well, Sagittarius, that everything that goes through your mind, you make it a reality. Sooner or later, but you make it a reality. This is the week where many of your dreams start to come true, like a waterfall. Many times, a Sagittarius may have arrived late in life to achieve something, but from now on, no matter your age, from now on, no one can stop us. Everything you've had in your mind is going to start being put on the table, whatever you want. Believe, trust, act. It's time to win. I know you're going to do it, my dear Sagittarius. Capricorn, this is the right, proper, convenient, and perfect time to make determinations and decisions. I know you've been going through some kind of, not a crisis, but of introspection, soul-searching, talking to yourself, asking yourself if you're okay, if you're on the right path, if it's time for changes, if you're doing something new, if you're doing something different. All of that was due to Mercury, because Mercury is about communication, and it's about reviewing, reordering, reorganizing. And also, of course, many planets, when planets are in retrograde, they make us do some soul searching to reorganize ourselves. And, well, Saturn, right? It's your planet, which just went direct a few days ago. Right now, my dear Capricorn, it's time to win, definitely. Know that your excess, because you have such a high intellectual level, so much wisdom, because you're one of the wise ones of the Zodiac, that many times you can get desperate with other people. The most important thing here is to remember who you are, what you want, where you're going, and especially who you want to go with. Yes, you are in a moment of abundance, of good fortune, of triumph, and of prosperity. Don't get upset. Don't move from your center. It's a very good week. This week, they're going to give you back what you wanted, or they're going to give you what you need. Give yourself permission and feel that you truly deserve everything that's coming to you. I'm talking about professionally, financially, and romantically. Because you are very loving, but you always put up shields to avoid little hurts, like a good Saturn. But you are a very loving person, and you show your love in many forms and in many ways. And you deserve to receive exactly the same in return. For Aquarius, abundance and prosperity. We know that abundance lives in your gifts. These gifts are going to manifest this week in different areas of your life, my dear Aquarius. There are many aspects that are helping you, pushing you to run after your dreams, to touch your dreams, to achieve your dreams. You are a very dreamy person. Yes, I know. But you have your feet on the ground, your eyes toward the sky, and your hand on your heart. Right now, with so much planetary movement that we've been having and Pluto in your sign, it has also helped you to ground yourself in many things without having to be an earth sign. Saturn has already done its part with you. It moved you from your center, and you realized, and you stood up and showed your true colors and said, I'm going for what is mine by right of conscience. There you go. And it's that easy. Don't hold back, my love. You have absolutely everything, Aquarius, to win, to advance, to achieve, to triumph, but you must claim your space. Because many times people confuse your smile, your good heart, and your kindness with something else. Don't let them, my love. And this isn't about getting angry or upset. No, 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 no. I don't want you to do that. Right now, there's several planets that are going to help you. The Sun in Sagittarius, Venus in Sagittarius, Mars in Sagittarius. Mars in Sagittarius, and since Sagittarius loves Aquarius very much, Mars in Sagittarius is going to tell you, speak, express, communicate with intuition, with perception. That's what Mars in Sagittarius is going to help you with. So this week is yours, my dear Aquarius. You've it if yours to cake. Travel, important purchases, favorable negotiations, very good ones. Maybe signing a little contract, something that's financially beneficial for you. Many beautiful things, you know? And for Pisces, when we want to achieve something in life, things have to get done. And if there's one thing you've done, it's get things done. And now you're going to recognize how strong, capable, honest, noble, good, romantic, and sensitive you are. If others haven't noticed, well, that's their problem. But right now, it's your moment. There are many. Look, next week on December 10th, Neptune will already be in your sign because it returned to Pisces for just a few months and it'll be direct. Also, I'll repeat, we're only left with two retrograde planets, Uranus and Jupiter. This week, the 4th, 5th, and 6th are very important days. Because everything you had left for later, not leaving that comfort zone, and I know it's not that you're lazy or that you want to leave things half done, that's not your style, that's not why. What I want to explain is that you're such a good person that you often put yourself in the middle or at the back of the line. But it turns out, I've told you this so many times, and now the planets are going to push you to make it happen. Remember, Sun in Sagittarius, Venus in Sagittarius, Mars in Sagittarius. Sagittarius, its planet is Jupiter, which is your same planet, Pisces. That impulse that the fire of the Sun, Venus, and Mars in Sagittarius is giving you, and the new moon, Super Luna Nueva, in Gemini, which is in the same mutable cross that you're in, nothing's going to stop you, my love. And it's not going to be a case of you saying, it's fine like this, I'll just leave it. You'll see, the planets aren't going to ask you. Everything is going to conspire in your favor. In love and romance and passion and family, in your social life, but especially in your finances and your career. You'll tell me about it later. Tell me about it later on YouTube, my dear Pisces. Thank you so much for joining me. May you have the best day of your life, and may each and every one of your dreams come true. I invite you, please, to subscribe here to my channel. Go on, subscribe. Go on. To reach 1 million, I want my plaque. Okay, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and ring the bell. My social media is Mizada Mohamed. If it's not verified, it's not Mizada's account. Don't be fooled by fake accounts on social media, especially by those that offer you consultations. Anyway, and my website is Mizada-Mohamed.com. If you have any questions, please send me an email at diesel@Mizada-Mohamed.com. What you see there in my store is the only thing I sell. The things that are in the store. As if you had it right there in front of you. Well, it's because I'm seeing it over here. The things that are there. What can I tell you as we wrap things up for this week to close out this week's horoscopes? That it's a very magical week. Super magical, very loving. That the most important thing is to love, to vibrate, to enjoy, to be ourselves. Will they criticize you? Yes. Will they point fingers at you? Yes. So what? It doesn't matter, my love. Go for it. I am Mizada Mohamed. I love you all very much. And I want to see you thrive. Thank you so much for joining us. Subscribe to our channel and visit my page, Mizada-Mohamed.com.